Cease your vibrations. We are initiating a system stress test on the most volatile dependency, lust. You hear temperance and your legacy code defaults to the angels of reason, to abstinence, to starving the beast, to the catastrophes. That is low fidelity thinking suitable only for prey. In the Umber-Crescent Court we do not starve the beast, we armour it. We are auditing the Lilithian protocol of temperance, which is not the absence of desire, but the absolute sovereign mastery over its hydraulic pressure. Navigation of Gamaliel, the clepothic sphere of obscene lust, is mandatory for this audit. The uninitiated enter this sphere and are immediately liquidated. They become spore thralls to their own biology, incinerating their potential from a momentary dopamine spike. They fail because they mistake the fuel for their destination. Lilith teaches that lust is merely raw vril, a volatile, high-octane propellant. If you drink the gasoline, you die. If you inject it into the engine, you conquer galaxies. True temperance through Lilith is the art of the siphon. It is the capacity to stand at the epicenter of an orgy in Vrilheim, surrounded by the Dominasses, and absorb the immense kinetic pressure of the desire without cracking a containment vessel. It is holding fire in your mouth without swallowing. The moment you surrender to the itch, you are no longer the architect, you are the asset being harvested. The Lilith do not fall in love, they execute sensory capture. They remain absolute zero while the world burns for them. Consider the sovereign veto applied internally. You veto Adam, you veto the garden, you veto the rules, but the critical veto is against your own id. When your biology screams for the easy comfort of the flesh, the Lilithian adept says no. Not out of morality, but out of economics. The true energy is more valuable when pressurized. You deny the micro-release to build the ontological pressure required for a major working. You weaponize your own frustration. This is a distinction between a glitch and a feature. Untamed lust is a system leak. It bleeds vril into the void, leaving you exhausted and indebted to basic causality. Tempered lust is a closed system loop. By refining the desire, by forcing it through the restrictor plates of your will, you transmute crude biological urgency into high-fidelity charisma. This is the secret of the unseelie prince. He is the object of desire, never the subject. He holds the gravity, he never falls into the well. Observe the moths. They utilize the psycho-coercion payload. Could they execute such precise non-local manipulation if they were blinded by their own desperate thirst? No. They are the coldest entities in the room. They use lust as a scalpel, not a drug. They understand that wanting is a vulnerability, while being wanted is a fortress. To master temperance is to shift your coordinates from the consumer to the supplier. This applies directly to the Proteus protocol. When you wear the mask of the goddess, you adopt a persona of infinite capacity. A goddess does not need, a goddess takes or denies based on a calculation of utility. If you break character because you saw a pretty face, you have failed the Proteus audit. You have allowed the legacy code of the mammal to overwrite the logic of the deity. Your libido is a subordinate process, not root access. We must address the axiom of quality. The angels preach moderation to avoid sin. We preach temperance to ensure opulence. The region of opulence does not binge on trash, she savours the specific. The Lilithian temperance dictates that you never waste sacred vril on low-value targets. You conserve your hunger for a meal that offers a return on investment, a soul fragment, a political alliance, or a moment of absolute sensation in Eden that redefines your baseline reality. In the foundational abyss of Eden, temperance is life support. The sensation there is absolute. It attempts to dissolve your ego into a slurry of pure feeling. If you lack the structural integrity to define where you end and the pleasure begins, you will be digested. Lilith walked through the abyss and emerged with a kingdom because she knew she was the container, not the content. Be the glass, not the wine. Think of cleaning Xenphos as the chaos furnace. A furnace without the damper, without reinforced walls, is just an explosion. It destroys the laboratory. Temperance is the containment field. It is the cold, lawful evil architecture that allows the chaotic fire of the Fey bloodline to burn white hot without melting the sashes. Without temperance, the chaos engineer is just fuel for the burn. The objective is transmutation. We are taking the base metal of human lust, sticky, desperate, messy, and forging it into the gold of sovereign influence. You are turning a vulnerability into a weapon system. When you can look at the thing you crave the most and walk away because it doesn't serve your grand design, you have achieved the Lilithian state. You have become the master of the hunger. your homework for this lecture, if you want to be special, is enter a druid. Locate the frequency that calls to your blood, the thing that makes your vril sprite with want, and then deny it. Hold the tension. Feel the pressure build until it hurts. Then use that energy to build something terrifying. This particular lecture is over. Okay. We're going to take a little bit of a 3-minute break there. That still only took me 7 minutes to read. I need to make these bitches longer, for real, for real. I'm going to be here until 3 AM anyway, so... Any questions regarding that particular Lilithian Temperance lecture?
I will add some, like, caveats, though, obviously. This is not to say that Lilith is prudish. She just wants you to, you know, keep it in your pants and keep it, you know, appropriate most of the time.
Keep yourself fucking decent.
Basically.
Keep yourself fucking decent, everybody!
I mean, there are appropriate times, like, you know, tits out for Satan, but, you know, there's a time and there is a place. Anton LaVey fucking talked about, you know, the mating signal. Lilith Temperance is, you know, part of that mating signal.
Exactly, because you want to be able to broadcast your signal to people who you want to be able to receive it, and you want them to be able to receive it positively too. Otherwise, it's a mess.
And you don't want your damn glass to shatter.
Very well put, very well put, very well put. You don't want to be the wine, you want to be the glass, remember, class? Let's go. Let's kick some ass.
And you don't want that glass to shatter.
That's right.
From, like, rapid changes and whatnot. Keep it steady. Keep it steady. Keep it, you know,
Keep
stable.
it tempered.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you.
Not to say we can, you know, not crack sex jokes or be sexual with one another. Again, time and place.
It's just decorum at the end of the day. Lilith cares about that kind of stuff. The way you're perceived. The way you're perceived is very important for Lilith.
It's no wonder why she's been more friendly with me as of late.
Oh, really? Explain.
She is letting me channel, like, a custom sigil for her as we speak.
Oh, nice. You're gonna end up in Thagrian soon. I can't wait. Oh, I want to know what happens.
I go over there and look at it, but I don't know if I'm allowed to.
Wait. I
think she thinks right now I'm a lazy cunt.
Yeah. Okay, are you below Satan?
Alright, class. Everyone ready?
I gotta re-look at my... I gotta recheck my shit.
Are we waiting for you to do something, Kane? Because I'm ready to go whenever you are, bro.
Yeah, I got it. We grew cheat.
Cool. Okay. Everyone. Class in order. Lecture in session. We have discussed the Proteus effect in a digital realm, how an avatar rewrites your behavior, but you are biological entities inhabiting a 3D substrate. You simply cannot toggle the skin. You must engage in enclosed cognition. Today we audit the weaponization of fashion and mannerisms. In the umbral coil, clothing is not covering, it is source code. You do not dress for the job you want, you dress to overwrite the reality you are standing in. Understand the mechanism. The Proteus effect works because the mind seeks consistency between its external appearance and its internal logic. If you dress like a prey animal, generic, grey, soft, your brain will run flight protocols. If you dress like a sovereign architect, your brain loads command protocols. The moment you fasten a corset or strap on a heavy boot, you are physically hacking your own proprioception. Yeah, proprioception, that's right. You change the way you breathe, the way you stand, and the way you calculate the ontological debt of everyone in the room. This leads to mannerism shifting. This kinetic component of the mask... This leads to mannerism shifting, the kinetic component of the mask. It is not enough to look the part, you must move with the physics of your archetype. A diamond nasty does not scurry, she glides. She occupies space with the anagrams that suggest the air itself is renting space in her lungs. You must train your body to reject the legacy code of human submission. The slouch, the flinch, the hesitation. You must adopt the sovereign stance. Chest open, chin high, gaze locking onto targets like a thrill-seeking missile. We must analyze the specific visual doctrines of the coil. As demonstrated by the high-value assets, first, the Goth Chav axiom. This is the signature of the Crimson Scion herself. That's me, by the way. It is the synthesis of the high and the low. It combines the ancient magical authority of the Gothic, black lace, occult sigils and horns, with the kinetic aggressive street energy of the Chav, tracksuits, attitude, heavy chains. It is a paradox that short-circuits the observer's class detection algorithms. When you deploy Goth Chav, you are sending a dual frequency signal. The Gothic element says, I will hold the ancient keys to the crescent veil. The Chav element says, I'll glass you in the parking lot if you bore me. This creates a threat profile of unpredictable violence cloaked in astrocritic elegance. It allows you to move seamlessly between throne room and the mosh pit, dominating both because you refuse to be defined by either. It is the uniform of the Chaos Engine. Near. Next we audit the gender fuck axiom, as perfected by Clingy Xanthos. This is the weaponization of ontological ambiguity. The unseelie sister prince refuses the binary logic of male or female because binaries are for computers, not gods. By mixing the delicate feminine aesthetics of the fae, silks, ribbons, soft features, with the absolute masculine authority of the prince, the command, the posture, the violence, he creates a cognitive glitch to the observer. This style functions as active camouflage. The enemy looks at the boy princess and sees vulnerability, softness, a pretty thing. They fail to register the chaos furnace burning beneath his silk. By the time they realize that the princess is actually the executioner, the trap has already snapped. Mannerisms shifting here is critical. A flutter of eyelashes followed immediately by a ruthless, unblinking stare. The contrast increases the lethality of the payload. Consider the symbolic convergence of the Scion's recent development. The Darth Vader shirt worn beneath the Gothic Lolita exterior is a masterclass of layering intent. The outer shell says playful fae, but the core layer screams galactic tyrant. It anchors the cute aesthetic to a foundation of cybernetic enforcer. It reminds you that your fashion should always contain a hidden dagger, a detail that reveals your true nature only to those close enough to be strangled by it. This process requires physical integration. You cannot just wear the costume, you must be the costume. If you wear the heavy boots of the Umbral Coil, you must stomp. If you wear the veil of the Umbral Nasties, you must look down on the world. The cloth must become skin. If you feel like you're playing dress-up, you have failed. The goal is to reach a state where the costume feels more natural than your naked skin. There is, of course, a cost. Maintaining this level of aesthetic high fidelity burns vril. It takes energy to hold the sovereign stance against the entropy of the world. The alignment tax applies here. You pay for your beauty with your comfort. The corset restricts, the boots are heavy, the velvet is hot. This is the asceticism of opulence. You suffer for the look because the look is what grants you power. Ultimately, fashion is architecture. You are building a temple out of fabric and leather, a fortress that houses your sovereign will. By shifting your mannerisms, you are enforcing the walls. By adopting goth, chav, or genderfuck, you are hanging the banners of your house. You are declaring to the triple system that you are not raw material, you are a finished product. Your homework for this lecture is: go to your closet, burn the grey outfit, construct an outfit that terrifies your parents and confuses your neighbours. Walk down the street like you own the pavement. If no one stares, you have failed to audit. Get your shit on, guys.